Hello and welcome back. So this video is going to be me going through all my books and deciding which ones I want to take to college with me and which ones I want to leave here. So we have these three shelves right over here. My nightstand is full. Then we have a bookshelf upstairs and I'll be going through them. I don't want to take too many books because I still want to buy books when I'm there. So some books that I'm unsure about, I probably won't be taking with me just because room-wise. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I am taking the Ephesians book. I'm still reading that one. The Lantern's Ember, I'm still reading that one. And Merciful Crow, I only read a chapter of that last night. So I don't really have any thoughts or opinions. And then What the Eyes Don't See, that is my summer reading, so I have to take that. So all four of these I'm reading 3 of them right now, and I have read that one. Prince of Thorns, King of Thorns, and Emperor of Thorns. I like this series. I really love Prince of Thorns, but I don't think I'm going to be taking this with me at all. I might. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to see what else I collect. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yes, I'm 100% taking this one with me. Like I said in one of my videos, the teacher gave it to me. So that was really sweet. Hamlet, yes, I'm taking that with me. Julius Caesar, yes, I'm taking that with me. Hamlet is one of my favorite Shakespearean plays, and then Julius Caesar we actually read in school, and then I went out and I bought this copy so it would match everything else. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, yes, I'm taking this one. I love it. It's completely crazy and weird and wacky. 1984 and Animal Farm by George Orwell, 100% taking this with me. 1984 is one of my all-time favorite books, and I love Animal Farm. The Crucible, I don't think I want to take this with me. I enjoyed it reading it in class, but it was nothing too special for me, if that makes sense. The Great Gatsby, again, I enjoyed this book. It was nothing special. I'm not going to be taking this with me. The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis, yes, I'm taking this with me. They both die at the end. Ooh, I don't know. This one's a maybe. I enjoyed it. God, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to wait and see what else I collect. God, I really like this book. I don't see myself rereading it. I don't know. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City, and Library of Souls. This is the original trilogy of this series. I really liked Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and then I don't know. I liked all 3 of these books, but they're nothing special to me, so I'm not going to be taking them with me. Wilder Girls, I like this book, but it kind of let me down, not gonna lie. The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, I enjoyed this book, but I'm not gonna be taking it with me. Yeah. The Hobbit, this book kind of let me down. I didn't realize that it was plot-based instead of character-based when I bought it, per se, so it wasn't my favorite. Wolf by Wolf, I don't know, because I really like this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I think I'm going to continue with the series. I don't know. This is another maybe for me. The Fault in Our Stars, yes, I'm taking this one with me, and yes, I do recognize that this one has a lot of flaws in it, a lot of flaws. I do get that. I understand that. I guess you could call this my guilty pleasure or whatnot, but I enjoyed it. 13 Reasons Why, this one's a maybe. I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the TV show. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. The Program, I think I'm going to continue with the series, but I don't think I'm going to be taking this with me. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to take this with me. Nemesis, 100% yes, I'm taking this with me. I love this book. I'm 100% continuing with the series. It was amazing. I recommend it. Love Does and Everybody Always by Bob Goff. Like mentioned before, these are both devotionals. I will be taking both of these with me. Lovely War. This is another one that I gave 5 stars and I really enjoyed, but I don't see myself like rereading or anything like that, so I don't think I'm going to bring that one with me, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, and then The Blade itself. This one I read a long time ago, and I kind of want to continue with the series. But since reading this one, they have redone the covers for the entire series, and I kind of like them a bit more than this one. So I'm not going to bring this one, and if I do end up continuing with the series, I'm going to get the newer version of this, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really need to finish this book. Then over here are books that I haven't read yet, or like books from school. So all these, they were gifted to me by a family member, and it's like how to write mystery, how to write fiction, that kind of stuff. I don't believe I'm going to be taking those with me. I've skimmed them, and there are some really interesting ideas in it. I just don't think I want to take it with me. I can always come back and get them. They say I see that was my DE textbook, in my senior year, so I'm not going to be taking that with me. Othello, I haven't started. I've heard mixed reviews about it. It's by William Shakespeare. I don't know if I want to read it. God, just because I'm so unsure about it, I think I'm going to leave that one here. Hide and Seek by M.J. Arledge. This is part of my favorite mystery series of all time. This is the 6th book in the series, so I'm definitely going to be taking this with me. It's about time that I finish this. It's long overdue. I just need to finish that. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, I 100% need to finish this too, so I'm bringing it with me. I love the play. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. I just need to read the book. It just needs to happen. Harry Potter, I don't know. It never really drew me in. I don't think I'm going to be taking it with me. Reign of the Fallen, nothing really special. Good Omens, I enjoyed. I got to hear, but I don't know. I just don't feel like reading it, if that makes sense. So I'm leaving these 3, taking these 2. Then we move up to my mystery shelf where The Crawdads Sing. I absolutely loved this book. 5 out of 5 stars easily. But I don't think I'm gonna be taking it with me. I don't really see myself rereading it. I might, but I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. Then She Was Gone. I'm 100% leaving this. You guys know how I felt about this book, so let's just, no. Eeny Meeny, Pop Goes the Weasel, The Doll's House, Liar Liar, and Little Boy Blue by M.J. Arledge. This was part of that series involving hide and seek. I'm kind of hesitant about bringing these because it is a lot of books, but at the same time, I feel like if I bring the 6th book, I need the 5 before it. So I think I'm going to bring these. I'm going to bring these 5 books. You, not my favorite book. I like the TV show better, if that tells you anything about it. Panic. I'm bringing this one because I still need to review it for you guys. I'm really excited about that one. It's a crazy ride. I've already reviewed it on Goodreads, so if you want to see like a little foreshadowing, then you can go check me out there. You Should Have Left. I am bringing this book. It is a amazing little short story, I guess you could call it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I give it 5 stars. Sharp Objects, I am not bringing that book with me. You guys, if you guys have seen the vlog, you know how I feel about that book. It let me down. It just let me down. Then up here is my Leigh Bardugo shelf. The Shadow and Bone, Seas of Soren and Ruin and Rising. That is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I will not be taking with me, as I've stated in my reviews. I enjoyed the series. It was nothing special to me. Not my favorite. I'm glad that I've read it, but, you know, that's really all there is to it, so I'm going to be leaving those here. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, which is the Six of Crows duology. I am 100% bringing these with me. Not only is it one of my favorite series of all times, but I still need to review these for you guys, and I'm super excited to do that as well, so I'm going to be bringing these two with me. And then we go up to my YA fantasy shelf, or fantasy shelf if you want to call it that. Anti-Darken, I like this book just fine. I didn't like the girl character in it. I enjoyed the guy character more. I think I'm going to be continuing the series, but there's no rush for me to continue the series, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to leave that one here. The Cruel Prince, this book let me down. It's the Fair Folk isn't my favorite of the fantasy, and I don't think I want to read The Wicked King unless it's like 10 times better than The Cruel Prince, so I'm not going to be taking that with me. A Darker Shade of Magic, again, this one just let me down. I was really excited for it, and it just, you know, it just let me down. I don't think I'm going to be continuing with the series. It did nothing special for me. So yeah, An Enchantment of Ravens, I finished that one yesterday. And if this tells you anything, I finished it because I didn't want to bring it with me. So yeah, if that tells you anything, I did not enjoy this book. I gave it 2 stars. As I've stated with Cruel Prince, Fair Folk is not my favorite setting. That was kind of my fault. Like, there were some good ideas in here. They were just executed poorly, and it just didn't work out for me. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the characters. It was nothing like the blurb described it at all, so it just let me down. Sorcery of Thorns, I actually enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, but it's nothing special. It's a nice little standalone book if you guys are looking for a standalone fantasy. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to be taking it with me. The Stormcrow, I am 100% taking with me. I want to continue to read the series. I absolutely love this book. I want to see more from this author. Caraval, I am 100% continuing with this series too. I absolutely love this book, even though at the end at times it felt like there was a twist just for the sake of there being a twist. However, in Legendary, the second book, it follows her sister, and in this book, her sister was not my favorite character, but the second book is also rated higher than this one, so I'm gonna, you know, just see if I can grow to like her, because I didn't like her in this book whatsoever. But yeah, I will be continuing, and I will be reading that one with me. Wicked Saints, whoo, yeah, I gotta bring this one with me because I'm doing a review on it, so that's fun. Magonia, I am also doing a review on that one, so I have to bring that one with me too. It's a weird little fun little read, I guess. I believe I reviewed this one in Goodreads, so if you want to see that review, then you can 100% go and check it out. Onyx and Ivory, I enjoyed this fantasy book. It was kind of slow, which was kind of nice, but I don't know if I want to be continuing with the second book, because I read the blurb for the second book, and it doesn't mention my favorite character in it, who is the prince. It doesn't mention him in the back, even though I have skimmed through it and I have seen that he is in it. It just makes me think that he's not as involved as he is in this book, which kind of freaks me out because I adored him. So I don't think I'm going to be reading this one. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be continuing with the series, but yeah, those are all the books in my room, and now we will head up to the bookshelf upstairs. Now we are upstairs in the other bookshelf. The top shelf where you see, you know, City Buds and all that, that's my sister's shelf, so I won't be going through that kind of stuff. Maybe make a comment here and there, but in terms of taking books, those are hers. I'm going to leave them for her. That shelf is my shelf, so we'll be going through that one. Such a fun age. You guys absolutely know how I feel about this book. I'm not taking this one with me. It's just, it had a good premise, a good idea, And for me, it just fell flat, and that really breaks my heart because I really wanted to like this book. I really, really, really did. And then we have Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, and Oedipus Rex. Julius Caesar, as I stated before, I went on about the other copy of that, so I'll be leaving that. Romeo and Juliet, not my favorite of Shakespeare's work. It's one of his first plays, so it's a weaker play. Oedipus Rex, I actually really liked. We read it for DE. But I think if I am gonna, bring it with me, I'm gonna go out and buy another version of it. And then The Vampire's Pet by me. Yes, I do have 2 copies. One of these is annotated throughout the entire thing, and the other one is kind of left blank. I will be bringing the blank one with me. I believe it's this one. Just so I like looking back at my old work, seeing how far I've come, what needs to still be improved, and that kind of stuff. For those of you who don't know, who don't follow me on social media or anything, I recently rewrote the entirety of The Vampire's Pet. I got a new cover, new trailer, new everything. I completely changed up everything. Part of the plot is different, characters are different, so that kind of stuff. So it's completely different from this book, but I will be bringing this with me because I like looking back on my earlier work and, studying it and that kind of stuff. I know it's weird, but it's whatever. Three Dark Crowns, I low-key want to read this series, but I think if I am going to, I'm going to get the paperback of this book and do it from there. I've read the first chapter of this, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, there's no rush to read the series, though. I think I'm just going to read it when I want to, so yeah, not taking this with me. Scythe, this one, I want to read this one as well, the series as well, but just like with Three Dark Crowns, I think I'm going to get it in the paperback and read it on the paperback. Yeah. Cinder, this one I don't really have any want to read. However, my grandparents did give me this book, so that's why I have it. Really meant a lot to me, so I'm keeping it, but I don't think I'm going to be bringing it with me. But yeah. Sold. This book was my summer reading for DE English my senior year. I enjoyed this book, but it is a dark story. It's a realistic story, which makes it, all the more sad and that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I'm going to be taking it with me. Everything. This book I enjoyed despite all of its faults, just like The Fault in Our Stars. But I don't think I'm going to be taking this with me. It didn't really do anything for me. So, The Maze Runner, I don't think I'm going to be continuing the series. This was a nice little fun book, but, it didn't hook me in or anything. The Outsiders, I actually really like this book. This was summer reading, I believe, for my sophomore year, ? I enjoyed this book, but I'm not going to be taking it with me. Reign the Earth. This book I have DNF'd. That's where I got, believe me, I tried everything. I tried audiobook, I tried physical reading. It just wasn't working. I couldn't get into it. So yeah, I'm leaving this one here. Unwind. This is a series that I low-key want to continue, but there's no rush to continue. So I think I'm going to leave this one here. It's nothing special or anything. Pimp. I actually enjoyed the story, but I'm going to be leaving it here. We have another copy of The Great Gatsby. I think I accidentally took my sister's copy, so sorry. To Kill a Mockingbird. I actually really enjoyed this book. This was summer reading for my honors English, my junior year. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely 100% not reading the sequel. That's never going to happen, but I don't think I'm going to be taking this one with me. We Are Okay. I actually want to read, I believe it's called Hold Still by the same author, but I don't believe that I'm going to be taking this one with me. I like the story. It just, I don't know, it didn't have that punch that I was waiting for. The Turn of the Screw, I really dislike this book. There's no way I'm taking this one with me. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. This is actually a really good book. but I don't think I'm going to be taking it with me. Atlas Shrugged. This is a book that I really wanted to read for summer reading, and then I realized how long it was, that there's no way I'm going to be able to read this in a summer. I'm not taking this with me. It kind of lost my interest. And don't get me wrong, I like philosophical talk in my books. I really do. I enjoy politics. I've mentioned this all before. But this book, it just... Like, I was on page, 200, and there was barely a plot. I'm like, okay, we're just not going to do this. Romeo and Juliet, as stated before, not my favorite of the Shakespeare's work. That's a no. Macbeth. I enjoyed this book, but I don't think I'm going to be taking it with me. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I did not like this book. I actually really didn't like this book. I'm not taking it with me. Game of Thrones. I'm taking this with me because I want to read this series. I haven't read the first one. I believe this is actually my sister's copy, but she kind of gave up on it and gave it to me. So yeah, I'll be taking this one with me. Something Wicked, This Way Comes. I enjoyed this book, but no, I'm not taking this one with me. And then Beowulf. Again, I enjoyed this one for summer reading, but I'm not going to be taking it with me. Paper Towns, these aren't actually my copies. These are my sister's copies. But she just kind of, put them up here, and there was no other space above, so, So, no, I don't really have interest in reading this one. I tried reading this one, couldn't do it, so... Sorry for the weird edit, but I just want to show you guys the final product. So these are the books that I am taking with me. It's a bit more than I thought, but I might have to shave down some. I'll just see what happens. So yeah, these are the books that I'm in the process of reading. This one came from my nightstand. These are my mystery/thrillers. And these are my fantasy ones right there. I just realized that I ran out of room on my dresser, so then we also have Game of Thrones and Vampire's Pet to add to it, So yeah, those were all the books that I'll be taking with me to college and leaving in college. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun doing it. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, but I didn't want to do it too soon, so I wouldn't just have a box of books just sitting in my room. So yeah, I actually leave later today, so I need to get to packing some more. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my other social media, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!